So for some people, the beginning of spring means that it's a new place, it's a new time. For some people, it also means that that their crops that they grew last year are finished and they don't have something to eat in their houses and they're hungry.
We're getting some ideas together for the performance this evening. So they're working on writing a poem or getting together a performance piece. They're using rhythm, they're using ideas, they're using props, they're using music and tabla. Well, this workshop's all about rhythm. So we've been looking at
spontaneity,
being spontaneous,
you know.
Yeah.
So we won't necessarily have some of people reading something out. If they do read something out, it'll only be very short and act as a trigger for the spontaneity. Perhaps spontaneity shouldn't need a trigger by definition. But you know, it's rather experimental, and you can blame Bobba for this, right?
One of the things that we'll be able to get when she's written a bit of text is to listen to her read it, and we'll feel a pulse with it. You know, she would have written it in such a way that there's going to be some sort of a rhythm to it. It might not rhyme, you know, nothing like that, but where she takes a breath, where she pauses, we'll be able to get a sense of some kind of rhythm and tempo. So once we've worked out what's happening with it, rhythm-wise and tempo-wise, then we can play. You can play with it. You can say, "Oh, this is kind of the pulse for it," and you can go off from that.
Yeah.
And come up with other rhythms that work with it.
I'm just setting a workshop, just some writing exercises to get people going, so that they can then put them to a bit of backing music later. Yeah, the writing that the group have been doing has been very good.
What's happening? Yeah. Happening is happening.
Okay. Yeah, like there we have a little installation, and it's dedicated to Professor David Thomas. He was a professor of vocalogy, and we've got together some things that are very important when people are walking, like a tape measure. You need shoes. You may even need boots and a fancy stick. So it's all there, and a mobile phone if you get lost or have to take down notes and things like that. And then we have an old-fashioned notebook. So everything very sort of basic things for walking. And usually people sort of walk more in the spring. It's sort of walking time for most people. And this David Thomas research sort of points in the direction that there's a 900% increase in walking in the spring compared to December, for example, when people hardly walk.
I'm a student at the University of Kent and I'm studying journalism. I'm here today to do some filming with Too Funky. I've been following them around for the past few weeks because I'm filming a documentary about cuts to arts funding and how it's affecting companies, and they're sort of my focus of the documentary. The money that actually comes out of the arts is really helping to build our economy. I mean, the creative industries were labelled as UK's fastest growing sector this year, which just proves really, you know, how much the arts do for the country and how much we sort of need to appreciate them and, you know, support them and ensure that they continue to grow and that the creative industries continue to boom, really. They make up 5.6% of the UK's entire workforce, and I think that, you know, we should really appreciate the arts more, and that perhaps cuts are too harsh.
for signing, and we still hope to return to inviting, having people here who are signing as part of this event. But we're celebrating today. Well, we're really celebrating today because there isn't any snow on the ground, do you remember? Yes. Woo! But we're engaging ourselves with the musical community as well and exploring new ways of being.
We were looking at how we were going to create new pieces of work in a bit of an experimental way, we felt, and looking at the moods that we were creating. We've got our musician with us. Can you see him around there? Yes. Yeah? And he has developed some music to go along with each of these pieces. So, maybe you'll be able to pick up those moods. As Bubba would say, vibe with us. Yeah.
Roused from the dead, Lazarus did not know where he was. Then they told him his Saviour had saved him. For a life to be bossed around by Martha, have Mary sitting around all day, doing nothing or lying in bed. Why couldn't the bastard have left me dead? Lazarus said.
I'm a frog and leaping mad, springing off the lily pad. I'm looking for a fly to eat. This is something hard to beat. Now our life is so complete.
Consequences. Right, well it wasn't that, but it was similar in the sense that we didn't fold the paper over, so people just added to the narrative as they went. So I'm going to read you out two things created by all of us, but you won't know who wrote what line, if you know what I mean. So any shit bits, you just don't know who it was, and the great bits, that was all of us. So this goes like this. This is a story written randomly by all of us. It goes like this. I didn't know whether to cut the blue wire or the red wire. So I cut both, and to my surprise, it was neither, and the bomb just kept ticking. There was only 50 seconds left. 49, 48, 47. Oh no, I thought, I was going to die. And then I remember watching all these movies, and they always cut the red wire. But then I dropped the pliers through the gap in the boards, and they fell crashing into the sea below the pier. And I realised as the pier went up in a smoke with a big bang, I should have cut the blue wire.
Last year's crisp brown I pull away. Last year, so last year. Those skeleton leaves, now spring is really with us. My step speeds up as I move, bustling to and fro.